Hello, word of tanks. Is it me you're looking for? Probably not, but anyway, here's another replay for you. It's going to be another artillery one because I'm a little scrub-a-nubba-dubba-dub. Scrub-a-nubba-jubba-jubba-jub. As we can see, I'm in a fairly good matchup. Although we do have a nice failed platoon on our team. Why with a tier 5 platoon with a tier 2 artillery? Don't know, but let's speed things up until something happens, which is fairly soon. Here we are. Start the match, start reversing, find somewhere to go. Somebody's already said in chat, tier 2, smiley face, and boom. Hellcat already decides he doesn't want to play with the tier 2 artillery. Where is the Hellcat? All the way over there, look. There he is. Mr. Dick. Or whatever his name is. Anyway, let's call him Mr. Dick. Now, I know it's annoying that you've platooned up in a failed platoon with a tier 2 artillery, but you know what? He could still do some damage. For instance, on the enemy team you have light tanks, Cromwells, just lightly armoured tanks. Even if he hits a heavily armoured one, he's going to do some damage, so is it a good idea to take him out? No, not really. You've just made it even worse than if he hadn't been in the game. So, well done you. And that's how this game starts off. So we just sit here, waiting for stuff to happen. Not a lot's happening, so let's speed it up. I'm looking in a normal sort of artillery place where people usually come. Cromwell pops up. I think about maybe going for him, but he's probably going to move around a bit too much for me. Don't really want to waste a shot. Don't really want to do it, don't really want to do it, don't really want to do it. I don't do it. So speed up again, not lots going on. This is the best thing. I despaired. KV4 saying, I give you advice. Well, you don't really need to give them advice. Just don't fail platoon, that's not advice. But there's that sneaky Cromwell again. Only person we spotted on the enemy team. And I'm just sitting here, doing all up. The rest of my team. So it's a really quite boring start to the game. Let's speed things up again. Aha! Mr. ARL 44. Bye! Before I even could click, KV2 one shot him. So this isn't being a very interesting game at the moment, is it? It's all a bit. Spent 2.5 minutes doing nothing. I think I'll just take a swing at this guy. Seems to go through him there, but never mind. Welcome to life of artillery. Not everything hits. Now I see the AT-15A. It's quite a slow tank, so I'm like, I should probably be able to hit him. But he disappears. T-32 pops up. I'm still angling for this guy. I shoot and he moves, but hit him. 172 damage. Ah well. So we sit through the reload. Let's speed it up again while we sit through the reload, because watching reloading artillery is a bit boring. Here we are. Going for the T-32. I think he's going to move forward. He doesn't. 400 damage. Let's speed up again, waiting for us to reload, because I'm not overly worried about the enemy artillery here counter-battering me. So See, there's a couple of heavy tanks here. Churchill, just sat still. Do not sit still. If you're around there and there's artillery, do not sit still, because most of the other people I know who play artillery, it's quite a popular place to go, especially for heavy tanks and people with gun depression. Not Churchill, but... And yeah, it's quite a popular place for artillery players to pre-aim. And so I see the CDC and I'm like, nom 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 nom. And so I'm wondering, is he still there? I see the comet. I'm like, oh, can I get the comet? Where's the CDC? Comet CDC. There's the CDC. I'm like, can I get him? Can I get him? Can I get him? Can I get him? I try and sneak a shot in. Oh! Oh! 900 damage. 990 damage. I think that's a high roll. Yep. 10% on top of my average damage. So that is very nice. Very nice indeed. You get those poorly armoured French CDCs. Artillery delight. So that's taken my damage up to 1,900 odd. So this game's livened up a little bit in the last few minutes. We're putting a few shots in. Looking to see getting this T-32, waiting for him to pop up again. He doesn't, so I'll look to see if I can hit the Comet or the Cromwell, which are hiding behind this house. Looks like I can. I'm just waiting for it to aim. I wonder if he's still there. I fire. My shot goes nowhere near where I aimed it. Look at that. I've been aiming right here, and it went all the way out here. Is that even near? That is outside the reticle almost. Just on the very edge. That's almost as far away from where I was aiming it could be, which is annoying, but hey ho, artillery. I've done 2,000 damage so far, can't really complain. So I'm looking for a shot on the AT-15A. I take a bit of a cheeky swing. It says we hit him, but it's just splash damage and didn't actually do any damage to him, so oh well. I see the side of the Ag Tiger 88 and I'm hoping that someone tracks him there. They don't. He backs off. I really wanted to get a shot into his side, but he seems to be turning again. I'm like, come on, reload, reload quicker, reload quicker. He stops. He's jinking and he's jagging, but he's going backwards. Oh, he's coming forwards. I fire straight at him, and it's so close. Whizzes straight past him, and then I get to wait for my reload again. So let's speed up replay. Here we are, I'm reloaded again, here he comes. Fire! Track him and do some damage, which is always nice. Looks like he uses a repair kit. So I'm up to 2,300 damage now. And he looks like he's had enough for now. And heads off. Skulks away. Skulkily skulky. And so, while this has been going on, I have been keeping an eye on the west of this map, because we didn't send too many tanks to the west. And I now see that this light tank has managed to make it past the KV-2 just while I hit the Ag Tiger again for a bit more damage. Another 300 odd damage. Don't know what this RS-3 was doing, but he ends up killing him, but gets taken out for it. But as I was saying, I'm getting a bit worried about this VK, who has now finished off the KV-2. So I'm like, right, it's time to get out of there, because I imagine he's going to come down here and try and kill me. So I'm like, let's move. And this artillery is fairly quickly. It does go fairly quick when you drive backwards. It's faster backwards as it is forwards. I've said that before, but... And so I think, well, this is about as far away as I can get. So I go up onto the hill. Plus, being up on the hill gives you a bit of a shot advantage sometimes. You're not having to shoot up and over things, you can just sort of shoot onto things, which is always nice. So I make my weary way up here, and nothing's really going on while I do this. We have a couple of people capping, but nothing really going on. Spot the VK, and start aiming for him because I've got nothing better to aim at. He seems to be going really slowly there. Try and finish him off, and it just goes over his head. I think that's the third one in this game that has barely just missed. See a full health Jagdpanther 2. Dangerous machine, I do believe. Fairly dangerous. He's already got 4 kills on the enemy team. Or for the enemy team. And so, I don't know what's going on with this shot. This seems to be a bit of a bug in the replay. I'm not aiming here, I am actually aiming at the Jagdpanther. So, I really wanted to take a punt, but I had to adjust my sight quite a bit. I can see him coming, and I'm like, SU, no! But he gets taken out anyway. I really want the Jagdpanther to stop. He does. I'm aiming, I'm shooting. I tracked him and did some damage. I'm just hoping somebody else manages to get a shot into him. Keep him tracked before I can reload. But they don't. He keeps on coming forward. Keeps on coming forward. He stops again. I'm like, reload! Reload! It seems to take forever. And he disappears and I'm like, is he still there? Yes, he is. You can tell that because the shot didn't make an explosion on the ground, so he was obviously still there, so obviously did a bit more damage to him. And there we see, he was still there. And he's still there, he's only just about started to move. Maybe he was tracked again. So I'm wanting to reload again. And you can just see there, he broke the fence, and so I move further right. And he doesn't break any more fences, so now I'm a bit lost as where he might be. It's a 3 versus 2. I'm up to 3,000 damage that we've seen. And I know I've put in at least one blind shot there. So I'm just praying that the T-37 can spot him and hide. Because I know he's in there somewhere. The timer cap counter isn't going up, so he's obviously still in the cap. Don't know if you just saw that, but artillery took a swing and almost got the T-37, so their artillery knows where he is, roughly. He moves, he doesn't spot anything. I'm just waiting for something to pop up. I don't know why I'm aiming there where I am. There you go, good boy. Good boy, aim roughly where you last saw him. Probably wasn't a great idea to aim at the actual building, but never mind. Let me play a bit of a waiting game. 3 minutes to go. What's going on? You know, where is he? At this point in time, if I just pause it here, I was like, because I was in my artillery view, I was like, what is this Jagdpanther doing on our team? Or Jagdtiger even. Not really, I didn't really realise he hadn't got no health, and I was like, why aren't you down there, like, outflanking? Well, but also, why is he not a bit closer? He might be able to spot, maybe? And so, I can kind of understand, he doesn't have a lot of health left, so... I mean, I was getting a bit fussed with him, I was like, flank! Flank! I can kill! But, he doesn't. So, we play the waiting game. Let's speed things up a little bit. Aha! And so I managed to put a shot into him, but he shuts down our T-37. I see him backing up. I see him break the fence. And let's just recap this. So we saw him about here, and he's then been backing up. He swung around here, went back this way, broke the fence. If you've been backing up going along here, where do you usually go and hide? If you know there's artillery who has been hitting you, would you go back here and stop behind this bush? Probably not. Would you go back here and then drive forward? Maybe. Would you drive back across here? Maybe. Or would you go back and park yourself behind this destroyed house? Which one do you think it is, boys and girls? Let's take a look. So I see him and I'm like, I reckon he's hiding behind that house, and I think I've got a pretty good shot. So, I'll wait for it to reload, thinking he's going to be behind that house. Take a punt. Poof! Dead. And as soon as he's dead, Jagdtiger starts moving, I start moving. That was, like, I don't know why you would hide behind the wrecked house. I understand it's a bit of cover, but I thought he would have known roughly where I was aiming since I'd been hitting him, but I was a bit lucky to thread it through that hole. And so now I'm sort of waiting for the Jagdtiger to spot the artillery. I guess I could go and find him myself, or I could go and cap. And that's what I'm thinking now. As I turn around, I'd go backwards, so I'm a bit faster, but I don't think we have time. Then we spot the artillery, and I really don't realise what the time is. I'm like, oh, can I get him? Can I get him? Can I get him? He takes a punt at me. I should have taken a punt at him. I don't. He manages to sneak away. I'm like, oh, I can't get a shot. I can't get a shot. And so I try backing up, see if I can dip a shot down into him. 45 seconds to go. 3,300 damage so far that we've seen. I still can't get a shot. 30 seconds to go. Jagdtiger goes for glory. Off he goes. And he's dead. And I'm not going to be able to make it. And so that was a draw, everybody. 3,000 damage plus draw. I only got 1 kill, but I did quite a bit of damage in this game. And if I'd only not gone back up that hill at the end and just charged at the Lorraine, we probably could have had the win. I say probably, we definitely could have had the win. But shoulda, coulda, woulda. Let's have a look at some post-game stats. And so that was actually a mastery badge in Crusader SP tier 7 British artillery. I did in total 3,816 damage. Obviously did a few blind shots there. You can see I hit the Jagdpanther 4 times, Jagdtiger twice. So quite a lot of damage. I also got the high caliber and a Gores medal, which if you drive an SPG you have to cause damage exceeding 10 times the hit points of my vehicle, which I do believe was 350. And that is my first Gores medal. So if we read what that's about. British Colonel Adrian Clement Gore was in charge of a combat team that defended the Kasserine Pass, I think that's how you say that, in Tunisia on 20th of February 1943. His force composed of a tank squadron, an infantry company, and a battery of infantry support artillery. Put up a stiff resistance against troops of the Wehrmacht Afrika Corps, comprising 5 infantry battalions and 1 tank battalion. The German forces lost 11 tanks in the fighting. So that's quite interesting. So yeah, that's my first Gores medal. I could say I got 1,000 experience as well, 20,000 credits. See how I did. So I was top on experience and top on damage by about 1,000 points. You can see Mr. Hellcat, who killed our artillery right at the start, actually did no damage apart from the team killing damage. So well done, Mr. Hellcat. Well done. Although to be fair, the whole platoon 1 didn't really do much, which isn't helpful. But oh well. And then on the last page here, you can see I fired 15 shots, hit 11, penetrated 10 apparently. Don't believe that, but never mind. For a damage of 3,816. For earning the medal, you get courageous resistance boost. So after resupplying my ammunition, because I didn't have to repair my tank, I earned 20,000 credits in this game. I also got a bit more experience for that medal as well, which is always nice, which led to my 1,000 base, which is quite nice. And yeah, so a pretty good game I thought in my artillery. Again, a bit of a messy situation towards the end where I should have probably rushed instead of tried to camp and get the artillery that way, but like I said, shoulda, coulda, woulda. This part, like I said, I'm not a brilliant player to be honest, and so I don't know how many people would have rushed down to find him. I didn't want to rush in and just get shotgunned and then the Jagdtiger gets shotgunned. I thought if the Jagdtiger spotted him, I could hit him, and then only one of us would probably die. But didn't quite work out for us. We got a draw and a Gores medal, which is always nice. So hope you enjoyed that replay. I will leave it there, and I will see you next time.